get to the person that I know that I am and that I know that I can be? How long will it take? Trust and believe me, I've asked the same questions.
From there, you were able to look at it and you were able to identify what's going on inside of you. We must do our own work.
It takes a lot of motivation, determination to be the person that you want to be.
When you come into Vibe Talk, I'm not some guru that's going to figure out what is wrong with you. You learn the technique of finding out why you hurt. And I'm so glad to announce, after all of our hard work, Trish and I are so happy to present to you the Healing Center, a place where you feel safe, a place where your family can come, a place where you can get into groups and learn to work on you, yourself, and you. Happy anniversary to Vibe Talk. 5 years and still connecting. Doors are always open and they always have been open.
Working on you.
Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us on this Tuesday transformation. What you have just heard is all about the Healing Center and its purpose. Even more so, should I say, what is your purpose? Why do you want to come to the Healing Center? The Healing Center is going to be down in history. Yours and my history. It's going to help people to understand their wounds, their losses, their tragedies, their triumphs, their pain. You will discover new horizons about yourself. You will understand the butterfly method. You will understand why we face our lions. Why is that so important? Why are we talking about this on Tuesday's transformation? Because you all have resoundingly said or asked, what is the Healing Center all about? And we're going to challenge you, my dear. We're going to challenge you for you to find out. It's going to be one of the most impactful things that you have experienced. Good morning, Trish.
Good morning.
We are all back here on January the 7th, 2025. It's our new year. And welcome to Vibe Talk, Facing the Lion podcast. We have gotten a lot of response due to my putting out the community awareness for Vibe Talk, Facing the Lion Healing Center. We have worked tirelessly to get this together. Now, as you all know, the Healing Center is going to be one of great advantage for you and yours, but you have to want to. We will not force you. We will not beg you. But if you're willing to come, we're willing to be there for you. It's going to be something so beautiful. And you say beautiful, Miss Nixie? Because we know that there are many of you who are in pain, or someone that you know may be in pain. They get to come. They get to work on themselves. The greatest project that you could ever have is to work on yourselves. Because, see, we're busy in the hustle and bustle of daily living, trying to fix things, trying to fix other people. No, this time you're going to get to fix yourself. Make it better than it was before you stepped. The Healing Center is officially open as of yesterday. And I gotta tell you, because of the news information that I put out, it was as if Facebook had an explosion because people got on the Facebook, put hearts, suggested for other people to come and find out about it. I saw your comments. Thank you guys so much. If you're listening, thank you. Some of you wanted to know, what is the Healing Center? Today is going to explain that. And most of all, I want to thank Trish, my amazing co-host, for putting the little piece together that you just heard. By the way, you're going to hear it a lot more. The Healing Center, as my nephew was painting yesterday, and I looked at an empty room, I thought about how many people are going to walk in and out of those doors. We want that to be up there with the local gyms that you all are going to. You have so many gym outlets that you all get to go through. Now, this is going to be like the gym, but only you get a good mind workout. You get to get in shape mentally and emotionally. You get to exercise and regulate your emotions. You get to discover how I've grown, setting goals for yourself. We go to the gym, some of us. No one has to tell us we want to be in shape. No one has to tell us we need to lose weight. We willingly go to that gym each and every day. So the Healing Center is just like the gym, but you're going to exercise your mind, your body, your mental, and your emotional state of being. It's going to be one of the greatest workouts that you've ever had. You should want to work on your own mindset. As I looked around in my office, I thought about the many faces that I will see, the many life stories of survival. I will hear people conquering their challenges. I will hear people that have definitely overcame and still pushing through so that they can get better. When you look at the title and you think about the Healing Center, what comes to your mind? I want to think about that for a moment. When you think about healing. Because when you think about a healing center, what comes to your mind? People have healing centers of all kind of things. You know, peace centers, not only peace centers, but centers of meditation, centers of calmness, but the healing center is going to help you face you. We're not going to give you any gimmicks. We're not going to offer you $100 just to show up. We want to see how willing you are to just show up. Challenge us. When we tell you that something is free, that's what we mean. When something is free, think about that. The freeness of something. The freeness of your being able to come to a program that's going to benefit you. Yeah. Benefiting only you. We say free, and you say there must be something behind that. No, the healing center is open to every family, couples, children accompanied by their parents. To get into very deep discussions, I would suggest for you, if you're not already, to find the video that we did for our healing celebration. Out of the people that said they were going to be there, we had all less than 10 people. But to me, it was celebrating the most poignant time of my life, the milestone. Because I want to tell you something, whether you show up or not, the healing center is still going to be open. Because you see, that was my vision. And no one and nothing can stop my vision. I just want to put that out there. We're only going to work with the people that want to work with us. I'm not going to call you. I'm not going to say you didn't show up. Because it's about your life. You either want to get better or not. Now think about healing. Everything heals in its own time. Everything gets better. Now imagine, if you will, an injury that has happened to you and you never got better from it. It never improved. What would you think? Would you just continue to dismiss it that it's not getting better? No, you would take action. Heal a wound, injury, or a person to become sound or healthy again. Everybody got that? To get better. What are you getting better from? Why the healing center? Let's see. There's grief. There's pain. There's not dealing with tragedy. Not dealing with triggers. Not dealing with self-hatred. So when you you are at the healing center, you're going to learn to become well again. The only thing that will be missing is me not giving you the answers, but through our goal strategy and skill strategy that I have went to school for, you're going to learn how to use those strategies to become well again. You know, when we think about healing, everyone has their way and their thing of how they want to heal. If I were to go around the room, and we're going to use this for an exercise, and ask everyone what is their definition of healing, we'd all have a different perception of how we want to heal and what we want to do to get better. Take cough medicine, for example. Is there just one type of cough medicine? Have you been conscious of how many cough medicines, flu medicines, pain relievers? Everybody gets to have a choice, right, as to what will be their healing or feeling better regimen. And we're all different. Some like Tylenol, while others like Advil. We all have a choice. So I won't be upset if you chose a healing center that's not for me. Because one of the comments said, that would be good for you and so, whoever they were hashtagging. But I often wondered, what about them? Let's stop and think about that for a moment. Because everyone, every person that you have ever come in contact with is dealing with something. If you ask them what has hurt them in their life, if you've asked them what was the most traumatic thing that they ever had to deal with, they've got a story. No one is going to tell you, and I promise you this, life has been all good. They had no tragedies, no anxiety, no depression. Nobody is going to tell you that. That of what I just said should impact you. And you say, well, I have them, but they don't affect you. You are affected by it. You just don't realize it yet. Just like words have an impact on people, things that you have seen in your life have impacted you. How many movies have you saw in your lifetime? And that movie has impacted you still to this day. You go back in your mind. Just the movie came out years ago. It still impacts me. Why? Because the impact of that movie had a message about friendship and how one struggled with something, but the other one struggled with a whole different things. But throughout their lifetime, they remained friends. I love, love, love that movie. Impact. So you want to be impacted? Come see what we're all about. Free. When we say free, we absolutely mean free. If you had no money and you wanted to come to Vibe Talk in person, because that's what the Healing Center is all about, inspired through Vibe Talk. It will still be Vibe Talk, the Vibe Talk Facing the Lion podcast. The Healing Center is what it will be named legally. What it is named, I should say. Legally. You're going to get the same information, but we're going to go deeper because we're going to be face to face. You know, many of us worry, and this is a challenge for all of us. You know, we worry, how many people could we get to come? If I got one person that came, I'm happy. I want to tell you that Saturday celebration, all these people wanted to come. No one but 5 people showed up. But before I got there, there was a woman that was there. And she had heard about the celebration, and she was there. Go check out the celebration video. It meant so much to me because that one person, we never know how we change their lives. Social media has us so mixed up and so confused that it's all about ratings and a bunch of likes. I'm not concerned with that. I'm not concerned with monetizing our videos. I'm concerned with helping people heal. Remember the word and the meaning? To make better. We need a healing. We need to think about those of our loved ones, our workmates, people that may not know that there is a healing center. When we find healing, we become whole again. WHOLE. That kind of whole. And you're never the same again after you heal. My son said to me after a tragedy happened in my life, he said, Mom, we're not that same person. See, because we have to learn a new way to survive. I was angry. It was painful. I didn't know how to cope. I was so angry that I could literally feel fire coming from me. That's how angry I was because of the tragedy. But you know what the tragedy did to me? It made me conscious that I don't want to be like that forever. There's nothing that I can do about the tragedy but make me a better person. And through that pain, what happened to me is the change. The butterfly emerged within me after so much time of grieving. That I could actually start to see through the pain that nothing was going to change the tragedy, but I could change my mindset. I could learn to cope. I could learn to talk. I could learn through my story to help others. And so here we are. That's called healing. See, we're not going to look for people because you guys know where we are. And so it will be with the healing center. We will jump off or get on course, I should say. Not jump on course, but get on course. And what are we journeying to when we start to make better, find healing? You're going to make better yourself. You're going to come to one class just like those 5 people did and say, I really liked that class. See, it didn't take 300 to 500 people to come and sit and fill seats to say, wow. The one person that came in who was there took notes. And you don't necessarily have to take notes, but I noticed that she was doing it. When you're taking notes, you're getting something out of something. We even have the audacity to film our celebration. And it has been viewed some 78 times since Saturday. So we know you're there. Healing. Let's think about that. What is it to you to spend some time to rebuild yourself, to restore yourself, to reconcile with you? Vibe Talk Facing the Lion is all about reconciliation to you and your emotion, which, bam, makes connection. Rehabilitate yourself, repairing yourself, soothing yourself. Because you see, you're going to do the work. Today, we played what my amazing co-host put together through her bright, creative mind. She put together a piece that asked the question, how long will the healing take? Well, it's going to be up to you. But what you're going to find out is that it's not easy. It's not some fly-by-night thing. It's a dedication towards yourself that you're going to repair, rejuvenate, mend yourself, rebuild yourself, fix yourself, treat yourself. Aren't you worthy of that? Why is it free? Because here's what I realize. When you say the word free, people really come from all walks of life. It is free. Because I'm not in it for the money. Here's what I'm in for, is to help, even if it's on a daily basis. Each person who wants, who is willing, who won't waste my time, because I'm very serious about this healing center. And what I saw from all the information I put up is people who really loved it. And I hope those people who hearted it, who put hearts up, who ask questions, I hope you make it your business to get there. Today, let it be a day that you transform yourself into thinking Healing is good. To get better, to recover from something, getting better. Let me tell you something, too. For those of you who know about Alcohol Anonymous, okay? Well, those people that are in the Alcoholics Anonymous, you know they commit themselves. It could be 1, 2, 3. Doesn't have to be every seat filled, but they get to their meeting. Why do they spend the time to do it? Because they want to get better. They want to be able to have a better life. You deserve that. Now, you can't get any better than free. Because some of you say, oh, well, there's got to be something to it. We will accept donations. Why? Because the donations are going to improve our center. And even if you choose not to give a donation because you think that we'll use the money in a wrong way, we're still going to have the healing center. But we do know this, that there will be people that donate it, because there was on Saturday. And right now, I'm going to tell you something. I don't know how much is in that box because I'm not worried. We have a goal, and every month our goal is to find out how much that we put into our wellness center, because it's for the public. Oh yeah, I'll have a cute office when everything is done. By the way, you can see the work slowly progress. So when you say, what did they do with that money? We will account for every donation, for every penny spent. So we don't do this for money. I want you to be able to feel good again. Feel good again. The next time that you are asked, how are you doing? Now you know how to use the word heal. I'm reconnecting. I'm reestablishing. I'm rebuilding. I'm repairing. I'm mending. I'm improving. Because when people say, what is the healing center? That's what I want you to know about the healing center. Now, let's talk about the opposite of that, and Trish, you can step in at any time. We have people that ignore themselves, dismiss themselves, if you will. We have people that hurt themselves, hurt others. We have people that destroy their lives, other people's lives, themselves, harm, ruin, upset, have anxiety, worry, broken people. I just gave you the opposite of healing. all the things that were negative emotions, but can be helped, was the opposite. Yeah. Imagine, if you will, hearing people's stories. See, we really don't know what people have gone through. Just in the last 3 days of understanding the healing and what I wanted for the healing, because I had to do a demonstration, and it was fine with the 5 people that were there because it really worked out. Some were willing to talk while I had to draw out others. And some of you can really identify with this, that you will draw out, or you will have people draw you out. You will probably come for the first time and maybe not want to talk, but listen to what people say. By the time that class was over, people were talking. Even my 5-year-old grandson, who showed up with his mother, had something to say. So we don't dismiss anyone. Everyone is invited. I want you to think about your healing, and I want you to think about, what does it mean to you to feel better? I am not a doctor. I have no medical degree. I am a certified life and wellness coach. You can talk to me. We can be in supportive group. We can be in individual group. I can't write you prescriptions. I can't deem your problem. And what does that mean? I can't say, well, this is your problem. See, I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do is have you do your own work. You'll be able to learn and grow. You'll be able to know how to take care of yourself. You will have the ingredient to be able to say what you need. How many of you have ever baked a cake? Ever baked a cake, Trish?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. How did it come out the first time?
Um, it came
Yeah.
out pretty
Yeah.
flat.
Yeah. See, I can relate to that experience because mine was not the greatest either. Did that stop you from doing other cakes?
Nope.
So you know the experience of building cakes. Why am I talking about that? Because we all can relate. We go, we go to the store, we get the ingredients to make that cake, and none of us have said, what if this cake falls? Nobody thought about that, right? Nobody says that. We just know that we want that cake, and we get up, we get the ingredients, and we start to put it together and hope for the best. That's how our life is. All of us have ingredients to make our life better. Some of us are depressed, while others of us are introverts and we don't talk. Well, a lot of us talk a lot. And we will learn the formation of all of our ingredients. And I learned that a lot. Even when we do our uh, expressions through art, everybody has a different ingredient. Like the butterfly thing that we did. If I give you a butterfly, him a butterfly, them a butterfly, and you guys are all done and you figure, okay, I'm going to use watercolor, I'm going to use markers, crayons, everybody's going to have a different butterfly. You have the ingredients for the differences in your life. And that's what you're going to learn how to exercise your own ingredients. You know, my mom makes this macaroni and cheese and this chocolate chip cake that I love. Everybody loves that cake. And everybody loves her macaroni and cheese. But everybody doesn't make the same macaroni and cheese or the same recipe for the chocolate chip cake. But if I go taste somebody else's macaroni and cheese or chocolate cake, doesn't mean that it's a bad cake. No. It just means that that person has a different experience. Am I getting to you guys? Because when you come to the Vibe Talk Healing Center, guess what? You're going to see different people's ingredients with the same experience that you may have had, but it's going to be different. Everybody comes to their conclusion differently. And that's why when you come, we don't judge what people say. My niece came, and my niece, to get her to talk with the group, I could tell she had a lot to say because her facial expression, and I know people's facial expression because I'm a person who expresses with my face. While others of us are very vocal and we express with our mind or heart, my face will tell a whole story about something. So sometimes I have to be very careful with that. And then we had others, like my grandson, who was 5 years old, and uh, uh, one of the other ladies, very vocal. So we all have differences. But the story about the cake should mean a lot if you understand how to bake a cake. Because the first time you come, it's not going to be maybe the greatest experience. But the more that you come to it, Vibe Talk Facing the Lion, or Vibe Talk Facing the Lion Podcast Healing Center, you're going to like it, I guarantee you. Those girls were so rejuvenated, not because they knew me, but because the program is impactful. None of you can say, I've heard this podcast and it was so boring. We now have, and by the way, Trish, I don't know if you knew this, we now have 500 videos. And if you got a lot of time, I ask that you watch that. Because you can binge listen to Vibe Talk Facing the Lion podcast. We put subject. This one is the facts about the healing center. We want you to know what we're getting into. We had the celebration, and then we had yesterday where people could actually come in. But you know what I loved about yesterday? It was like Facebook had blew up from the map because people, when I put the newsletter out, they were putting hearts and they were asking questions. So now what does that mean? That there are more people that know about my Talk Facing the Lion Healing Center. Just in-person building. We're so proud of that, aren't we, Trish?
Yes, we are.
We can now go into an office. You will still be on Zoom, or excuse me, you will still be on podcast. We actually have our own center. And believe me, none of it was easy. But I had the ingredients to be able to make sure to reach the goal. We do accept donations, and I want to say that a second time because we say the word free. But as we all know, every little bit helps. I had my nephew come paint. It's beautiful. I will do a live walkthrough with you guys because right now it's just empty. We put the signs up last night. So you will get to see how it all regulates. You don't have to donate if you don't want to, but I'll guarantee you it's going for a good cause. And I will continue to put donations. I am not afraid, not ashamed. I will continue to put a donation for my own purpose of building the dream. Because I know, as I said, there's going to be many lives that walk on that floor, many lives that open that door. And they're going to change their life as well as change my life, because I'll tell you something, these survival stories stay with you forever and ever. We're going to be right back. I promise. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back.
It's probably hard right now. You're wondering, if I start now, how long would it take for me to get to the person that I know that I am and that I know that I can be? How long will it take? Trust and believe me, I've asked the same questions.
From there, you were able to look at it and you were able to identify what's going on inside of you. We must do our own work.
It takes a lot of motivation, determination to be the person that you want to be.
When you come into Vibe Talk, I'm not some guru that's going to figure out what is wrong with you. You learn the technique of finding out why you hurt. And I'm so glad to announce, after all of our hard work, Trish and I are so happy to present to you the Healing Center, a place where you feel safe, a place where your family can come, a place where you can get into groups and learn to work on you, yourself, and you. Happy anniversary to
We are back with Trish's Treasures. Trish?
I'm honestly so excited that we're finally open, guys. And it feels so awesome because we talked about it and we were trying to get it done. And it's like a breath of fresh air that it's finally done. Like, it's like setting a goal and when you finally achieve it, you're wondering, what's next from here? How can we grow after we reached our goal? Like, how can we do more? And that's how it feels when you accomplish something that's important to you. And the thing is, we began, and that's important too. And we didn't begin for we didn't begin to please other people. We began because it was important. We began because it means something to us. So when you come into the healing center, guys, or if you're thinking about it, I hope you understand the importance of starting and growing and changing for your own accord. The importance of that. Because, for example, if you join a class just because your friend's in that class, because I've done that before, and the guidance counselor told me, you don't need that class. You only joined it because your friend was in there, but you don't need that class. You already, you took that one. You already took the first one. That's the only one that you needed. You need this class right here. And I've also joined a class that I needed, but I wasn't taking it serious because I joined it because somebody else was in there. And I was helping that person pass that class. And I ended up being held back in 7th grade. Yeah, I wasn't doing it for me. And that's something to think about when you join the healing center. Are you doing it for you, or are you joining it because you're bringing somebody else with you, which is okay. You're bringing somebody else with you and you're only coming in because they wouldn't come in by themselves. And that's something I can relate to because the Feelings book by Carol K. Truman that we went over, the Feelings Buried Alive Never Dies. We went over it and I said, I would like for us to go over it together because I know I'm not going to read it by myself. I don't think I can handle it reading it by myself. And that's okay. But eventually, I was curious. There are days I couldn't be there to listen to the book, and I listened to it by myself. Yeah, I did it for me. And that's important when you were joining something like this, or when you're starting your growth, or you want to get well and be a better you. Why are you joining this? What does it mean to you? And how will it benefit you? So, when you come into the healing center, just think about what it means to you and think about how will this change your perspective, your point of view of who you are, and help you heal from your past or continue to heal now and on in the future.
That was lion power. It always helps when you have a co-host, and I'll tell you why. Because Trish, you brought out something, and I think it's really important when she said not coming because your friend came, but come because it's something that you feel you're going to get something out of. So sometimes, couples will come, and we've had this happen, and couples come and one gets mad at the other and it ruins it for them because they've allowed that and they stop coming, or family members come and one person stops coming, so they will create something for the other family members not to come. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. If you are boyfriend, girlfriend, if you are couples, maybe it's best not to let other people know, because everybody's on their own healing term. What I'd like to say is thank you, Trish, for bringing that up, because it's really important. You don't want to stop anybody else from learning. Just like with my friends, I don't want you to come because it's me. Trish doesn't want you to come because it's her. You are on your own learning program. What we do want you to do is be impacted by being there. We want you to ask us questions. When's the next class? We're open. You want to sit down. You want to do group. The next group that we will have is coming up Thursday. We're open. You want to come down? Our 800 number is there for you. Uh, we will not be using the 503-8993 number after this week. We're slowly dissipating that number. It's still working, but we thought it would be more personal, guys, if we could give you all an 800 number. That took a long time. We didn't think that was ever going to happen. But when you're marketing a business, your market is a wide variety. Your market is you could get any 800 number and you can be called anything, but you want to think about pricing. You want to think about what is best for your budget. I cannot wait for you guys to see the office put together. I want to make it warm. I want to make it inviting. I want you to come out as a group. I even told my group people that were there on Saturday, if you want an appointment with me, do yourself a favor, and at the group, we'll ask, we'll say, if anybody wants to schedule an appointment so that it's private, you can see us after class, or you can text me right during the class. Because we want to treat you with respect and honor. That's what we want to do. We want to make it a safe place. Trish, again, to you, I say thank you, because the sounds that you guys keep hearing, Trish and I have not officially talked about it. We'll have our first meeting on Wednesday. I think that's going to be our theme song for Vibe Talk. Her and I will talk about it. I love the message she put in there, because the Healing Center is surely a lot part of the Healing Center. Change your life for the better, for the good, for the best, for the greater. So when you ask, what is the healing center? What is this? I want you to refer to today's podcast for the new year, first one for the new year. And what was I going to call it, Trish? Can't even think now.
I think you said facts about the healing center.
Facts about the healing center. It will be labeled. In fact, it is being recorded, so it will go up and reach as many people as possible. The ways that we have been going about this has been so wonderful, guys. It's been incredible. We have had an incredible 5 years, and I can't wait in anticipation to see and hear from as many of you. We're going to have set up during the mornings for group, so you won't miss out on that. The only thing that will not be recorded are the personal one-on-ones. Those are private, and that is an act of privacy right when we keep it private. And so you'll be there. Lines are still open. Our line direct connect. Leave your message. That line is 888 721 9620. 888 721 9260. I want to say thank you guys for believing in us. Thank you for listening to today's podcast and facts about our new healing center that is inspired from this very podcast by Talk Facing the Lion podcast. Thank you, Trish, for all your creativities and your trust and your belief in me. Thank you so much. And thank you for Trish's Treasures, which is still out there. Yeah. I think Trish has a lot of lion power in her words and in her wisdom. Have a good day, everybody. And remember, change for the better is good. Have a good day. And we'll see you soon next time on Vibe Talk Facing the Lion podcast.
I don't want you just to make a resolution. I want you to think about. I was really about to move, and then I got the vibe with it. I really love the ride with it. Real, I really got the vibe with it. That's what I'm saying. I really love the ride with it. You can probably see I'm better you. When you get the vibe with it, yeah. When you get the vibe with it, yeah. Goals are not just saying something. It's about commitment.